If you want to know why that burning fire keeps returning to your chest every single morning, do not go looking for answers in the pharmacy aisle, and do not keep placing your hope in the acid-blocking prescription that quiets the symptoms for a few hours but never reaches the root. Look instead at something that grows wild in the hills of Jamaica, something the bush healers have trusted for generations. Hello, my people. Pull up a chair. What I am going to share today has the power to change the quality of your mornings and the mornings of someone you love. That tightening in your chest after you eat, that sour burn that wakes you at 2 in the morning, the way you have learned to fear your own breakfast, that is your body sending up a signal, a plea. Most physicians do not bring this up because it lives outside the prescription pad. It will not fit inside a 7-minute appointment, and no laboratory can bottle it and patent it. But this remedy has been quieting belly fire for longer than any pharmaceutical ever existed on this earth. My name is Mother Mary Beckford. For over 55 years, I have walked with my people through the old island remedies, the bush medicine handed down from my grandmother, a midwife and healer in the hills above Port Antonio, and from her mother before her. I carry no medical degree. My authority lives in the blue mountains of Jamaica, in the women who pressed fresh plants into my hands before I could read. My grandmother used to say the belly is where the Creator placed the body's first line of peace. Tend the belly, she told me, and you tend the mind, the sleep, the immunity, the spirit. The gut governs far more than digestion. It governs life itself. My grandmother lived to 91. Her mother before her reached 87. In the community I grew up in, acid reflux and chronic stomach burning were not the daily companions they have become today. The women in our hills ate from the land, prepared from the land, and trusted what the earth provided. I have watched 4 generations of women in my community grow old this way, walking freely and eating without fear well into their 80s. That is the tradition I carry. Now, the morning remedy I am going to walk you through is not what you expect. I have shared it with my people for decades, and 9 out of 10 of them are surprised when they hear what it is, and even more surprised to discover that how you prepare it matters as much as what it is. Stay with me to the very end, my child. The sequence changes everything. Before we go one step further, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below. Tell me your age and tell me how long acid reflux has been a part of your daily life. Whether that is 2 years or 22 years, write it down for me. I read every single comment on this channel, and what you share guides the videos I make next. In this video, I am going to show you the morning remedy my grandmother called her belly medicine and the exact way to prepare it so it works as the Creator intended. I will share the aging truth about why acid reflux so often worsens after 60, something most folks have never been told. I will walk you through the 4-step morning sequence that carries this remedy to its deepest work. I will give you the supporting habits that hold the healing through the day, and I will share the single master habit that brings everything together. One small favor before we begin. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do that now. 2 seconds of your time. There are many seniors sitting at home right now who need this information. Your subscription helps us reach them. Here is the morning that most people with acid reflux have learned to live with. Wake up, reach for a pill, wait for the burning to ease enough to eat. Then eat carefully, watching every bite, afraid of their own breakfast. That routine may quiet the surface fire for a few hours, but it does not touch what is actually happening. The medications most commonly prescribed for acid reflux work by suppressing stomach acid production. What few people over 60 are ever told is that as the body ages, many of us are already producing less stomach acid than we need. The burning is often the stomach straining, struggling to do its work with too little. If you are currently taking a prescription medication for acid reflux, please speak with your doctor before making any changes to your daily routine. What I am sharing today works alongside your medical care. The morning remedy is aloe vera. 2 tablespoons of pure inner-fillet aloe vera juice or gel, taken first thing every morning, before water, before food, before anything else crosses your lips. I can hear you thinking it. Aloe vera is for sunburn. That is what the world sold you. But in Jamaica, in the hills where I grew up, Aloe vera was never just a plant for the skin. My grandmother kept a great clay pot of it beside her kitchen door. Every morning, before the sun had fully risen, she cut a small piece, pressed the clear, cool gel into a small glass, and drank it down in one slow, quiet breath. She called it her morning peace. What happens inside the body when those 2 tablespoons travel down took Western laboratories a long time to confirm, though the bush healers understood it long before any researcher arrived. The clear inner gel of the plant contains long-chain polysaccharides, primarily a compound called asamanin. Inside the esophagus and stomach, asamanin forms a gentle protective layer along the irritated lining. Think of the inner wall of your stomach as a surface that has been scraped raw over years of acid episodes. That compound smooths over the damage with a cool, soothing layer that slows the inflammation cycle before it can ignite again. For the body over 60, this matters deeply. The mucous membrane lining the digestive tract grows thinner with age and repairs more slowly than it once did. Each acid episode wears that lining down a little further. Aloe vera gives the lining something the body struggles to produce enough of on its own, which is a window of calm in which real repair can begin. Dorothy came to me at 68 years old from Savannah, Georgia. She had been a school librarian for 32 years, a steady and patient woman. She had lived with acid reflux for 14 years. She kept antacid tablets in every room of her house. What had been overlooked in her case was that the chronic acid episodes had eroded the gut lining to the point where nutrients were no longer being absorbed properly. She was losing weight and deeply fatigued without understanding why. We began her on the morning aloe sequence and a few supporting changes. By the end of week 3, Dorothy's nighttime episodes had fallen by about 75%. By week 6, she wrote to tell me she had stopped reaching for the antacids by mid-morning entirely. "Mother Mary," she said, "I ate a full breakfast this morning and sat in my garden for an hour afterward without once thinking about my stomach." That is what we are working toward. Here is the exact 4-step sequence that carries this remedy to its deepest work. Step 1. Before your feet hit the floor, drink 8 ounces of warm water. Not cold, not scalding. Warm like a gentle stream. This wakes the digestive lining and prepares it to receive what comes next. Step 2. Within 5 minutes, take your 2 tablespoons of aloe vera inner-fillet juice or gel. The words inner-fillet on the label are your quality signal. I will explain exactly why this matters in the common mistakes section. Step 3. Wait 15 minutes before eating anything. This is the window when the asamanin does its coding work. Respect the pause. These few minutes matter more than most people realize. Step 4. Here, I want to speak to something deeper in the belly that most practitioners overlook. After 60 years of age, the diversity of beneficial bacteria in the gut begins a steady decline. Research into microbiome health suggests we may lose close to 30% of our beneficial bacterial populations by the early 70s. And here is what most practitioners miss. Taking a probiotic alone will not rebuild that garden. The bacteria need prebiotic fiber to survive on, and they need postbiotics, the healing compounds the bacteria themselves produce to complete the repair cycle. Without all 3 working together, the soil stays thin. You can plant seeds in ground with no water and no compost and wait an entire season for nothing to take root. Now, my people, let me pause here for a moment. Folks write to me regularly asking what I use alongside my bush remedies to tend the gut every single day. I have landed on BoochBod, a daily kombucha gummy that delivers prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics together in one simple piece. It contains 2 clinically studied strains, lactospore and postbiotics LM1004, along with dandelion root, a plant the old island healers have gathered for generations to strengthen the belly. Over 30,000 people are already using it. It is a gummy, not a pill, and for many of my folks who struggle to manage capsules comfortably, that difference means everything. Find it through the link in the description. And please, always speak to your doctor before starting any supplement. Now, I will share the supporting habits that bring the morning ritual to its fullest strength, and then I will give you the single most important teaching I have for you today. The first supporting habit is ginger root tea. 20 to 30 minutes after your aloe vera, brew yourself a small cup. Use 1 inch of fresh ginger root steeped in hot water for 10 minutes. Ginger contains gingerols and shogols, compounds that calm the muscular activity of the stomach wall and help food move through more efficiently. Researchers who came later to study ginger in clinical settings found it may increase the rate at which the stomach empties by roughly 20%. The island kitchens knew this long before any of those researchers picked up their notebooks. The Bush grandmothers called ginger the mover, and they were right. The second supporting habit is fresh papaya before your evening meal, even half a cup. Papaya contains papain, a digestive enzyme that helps break down proteins before they ferment in the stomach. Fermentation in the belly is one of the quietest and most overlooked triggers of the acid reflux that worsens in the evening hours. And now the master habit. The single most important thing I want to leave with you today. Gravity is medicine. The Creator built it into the design of this body. When you lie flat within 3 hours of eating, very little stands between stomach acid and your esophagus. Elevate the head of your bed by 6 inches, using a wedge or firm books placed under the bed frame. You may also sleep on your left side, which positions the stomach below the esophageal opening by the body's own geography. Either way, you change what gravity does for you through every hour of the night. Combine this with the morning aloe ritual, the ginger tea, and the papaya, and the speed of healing will often surprise even someone who has been watching bodies recover for over 55 years. After 55 years of watching what actually works in my people's bodies, here are the 4 things I want to lock into your memory. The first thing, timing is the medicine. The aloe vera must be taken before anything else enters the body. Even coffee taken 10 minutes before changes what the remedy can do. The second thing, temperature matters. Never take cold aloe vera. Cold triggers contractions in the digestive tract. Room temperature or gently warmed only. The third thing, consistency over intensity. 2 tablespoons every morning beats 6 tablespoons 3 times a week. The lining heals in layers, not in surges. The fourth thing, the quality signal is inner-fillet cold processed. These words on the label protect you from products that contain aloe, a compound from the plant's outer rind that can cause cramping and digestive upset that feels like more acid reflux, not less. There are 3 common mistakes I want to protect you from before we close. The first mistake is using whole leaf aloe vera. Products that do not specify inner-fillet often contain aloe. Read the label carefully before you buy. The second mistake is mixing the aloe vera with orange juice or lemon water. Citrus is acidic. Adding it to a remedy meant to soothe the acidic environment works directly against the healing you are trying to create. Take the aloe plain or with a small amount of warm water. The third mistake is stopping after 3 days when the symptoms begin to ease. That early relief is the beginning of healing, not the end of it. Most people need 4 to 6 weeks to see the full depth of change in the gut lining. My people, before we close, I want to say something that matters more than any remedy. What we have been talking about today is not simply about breakfast or the sensation in your chest after a meal. This is about your mornings, the mornings where you sit at the table without dread, the mornings you walk out into the garden and feel like yourself, the mornings you are fully present with the grandchildren, the people you love, the life you have built. It is never too late. The body you are living in at 70, at 75, at 80 still carries the capacity to move toward healing. I have watched it happen in my community again and again in the old hills where I grew up. You are the driver of this body. Mother Nature has been patient with us, and she is not done giving. Let me pull this together for you now First, the standard acid-blocking routine often worsens the underlying problem for aging bodies by suppressing the stomach acid needed for proper digestion. Second, 2 tablespoons of inner-fillet aloe vera taken before anything else every morning coats the digestive lining and opens a window for real repair to begin. Third, the 4-step morning sequence: warm water, aloe vera, a 15-minute pause, and tending the gut microbiome gives the remedy its deepest reach. Fourth, ginger root tea and fresh papaya through the day support and extend the healing the morning ritual begins. Fifth, elevating the head during sleep is the master habit that changes what gravity does for your belly through every night that follows. If anything in this video spoke to something you have been carrying for a long time, please subscribe so you do not miss what comes next. Share this with someone you love, a spouse, a sibling, a dear old friend who has been dealing with this quietly for years. They need to know this is here. Leave me a comment below. Tell me which part of this ritual you are beginning first. I read every single comment on this channel, and it matters to me more than I can say. For those who want to tend the gut foundation alongside this morning ritual, the BoochBod link is waiting in the description whenever you are ready. Until next time, my people, Mother Nature is watching over you. Take good care.